Well, I remember some of those snotty bitches from high school, and as long as it has been, I still hate them today. So I'd be goddamn if I sit up here and watch a movie about a snotty bitch from high school that asks me to actually like her.
Well, Corey,
right
the thing
now.
is, all the snotty bitches from high school right now, they're 40 years old, probably kind of fat, not as hot as they used to be. And they still wouldn't give you the time of day.
I tend to call those people the forgotten sometimes because there's a good chance you want them to be forgotten, because I know every time you go, you try to do your Facebook investigation like, I wonder what so-and-so chick is doing. You see, oh, maybe I should have never looked at that.
Yeah,
It just ruined every idea I had.
I do take glee in that girl that didn't really talk to you back in high school, but wants to now know you on Facebook, and you go to that picture, and that picture that picture comes with its own sound effect that says, when she has to have, when you have to like click to the next page to see the rest of her picture because she's so big, right?
But this isn't the case in this film, Young Adult, where even though Charlize Theron plays one of those totally obnoxious, shallow ex-high school cunts. Sorry, I have some hard feelings still.
Turning red.
Perhaps high school was a little tough. She's still pretty hot, or at least she is when she makes herself all up.
Hey, man,
but
it's
inside,
Charlize Theron, of course she's still
inside, she is a wreck. She is like, she is a total mess.
Yeah.
And that's really what this film is about.
Yeah,
Are you going to be able to be sympathetic to this woman who doesn't seem like she's learned a damn thing
Yeah.
since then?
She reminded me of a hot version of Jack Nicholson when he was in About Schmidt.
Damn.
In some ways,
Really?
yeah.
It is. Yeah, you're right. That's a good observation.
What
It
a
is. It's somebody that
distressing
is like
thought.
that.
I will never rub one out to Charlize Theron again.
You'll be actually climaxing, and when you open your eyes, you'll see Jack Nicholson. Hey, buddy,
Feeling good there, pal. Go with a smile.
Here comes John.
but not Cyrus. Get away from me. But and I don't really hate this movie, and there are a lot of good things about it. It's just one point that sticks with me, and it doesn't even have to do anything with my background. It really is because of the way this character is written. You have Charlize Theron, who plays a girl named Mavis Gray, a woman in her 30s who appears to have a successful career writing young adult fiction. Now, the only thing about her life is that she has a lot in common with those books, and that she cannot progress herself beyond her high school years. She decides one day to return to her old hometown, and she is determined to get her high school sweetheart back, a guy named Buddy Slate, who's played by Patrick Wilson. Now, the only problem is that Buddy is married, and he has a new baby, and he's happy. And he's not really concerned with, this girl coming back into town. And because
bullshit.
No, you know what, in the movie,
He just had a new baby. That means him and his wife ain't had sex for a long time.
No, he's got a pretty new. She looks like she's probably a relatively new wife. It's
Yeah.
her first child. She's hot and she's cool. She plays in a band. I mean, she's a cool chick.
No, and by the way, this movie is labeled as science fiction too. So no, she really is a cool chick.
Maybe she likes giving blowjobs. What can I say?
Yeah, no, you can tell that she's like,
That's funny.
She's the one that told him, after this baby's gone, you and I fucking for the next few months that I have to lose, like I lost when I was having this baby. But no, she's real cool, and you can tell he's happy, and he's being cordial with her, but he's not being very close. The only person that she can get close with is some old classmate from high school, a true geek who has not grown out of that all these years, and she barely remembers this guy from high school.
Wait, is this Jason Segel? Because I feel like I'm listening to Bad Teacher.
No.
Patton Oswalt.
Yeah.
Much better.
Which isn't so much a geek. He's more of a mutant in this movie. The way they portray him.
But there's this. All right, so the whole his relationship with her is really weird because he resents her totally. Of course he does, but he says it himself at one point. He's like, guys like me can't help but do whatever girls like you tell us to do. No, we just don't have any choice, really. It's like, and he'll tell her, you're a shallow, ungrateful, really self-centered bitch. And she's like, whatever, where's your whiskey?
It's a funny relationship that they have, because they do have this sort of symbiotic relationship where they feed off each other. I mean, he makes his own bourbon, I think, in his garage, like his own hooch, and she's an alcoholic. and so she
Severe
comes over there. What's that? So, oh yeah,
Severe
yeah,
alcohol.
yeah. And
Not
she-
just your average Austinite.
So, so she's like leaving Las Vegas alcoholic.
Yeah, she's about
Oh,
at
yeah.
that level. Yeah.
yeah,
So,
she,
well, it seems like, and Patton Oswalt can't find a way to take advantage
well,
of that.
no, you know, I mean, the thing is that's another reason why her trip is so bad. She's delusional. I mean, her brain is soggy, man, from alcohol, and he just happens to make his own good bourbon, and she comes to feed off of that, and he can't help but take glee in watching her in this downfall. I mean, this is the one chance where he's be able to look at her and just rub it in, saying, "You're a mess,
You
And-
drunk ass bitch.
bitch, yeah, you fucking hoe."
and it's actually like the one bright spot about the movie, just seeing this odd camaraderie kind of work. It's like, because yeah, you look at Charlize Theron. I mean, she's pretty much on the inside at least has become what Patton Oswalt is right now, except she doesn't want to come to terms with it. She's like, I'm nothing like you, but I get along with you. I can talk to you. You know what I'm talking about.
So it's like when somebody who plays fantasy football wants to make fun of somebody who plays Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like
It's the same
Exactly.
fucking thing.
Fantasy football.
Exactly.
Take any person who's a fanatic at a football game, dressing up those cheese heads and those crazy ass costumes. Like, you could go to Comic-Con and nobody would turn their head.
And they're fucking with her character, just like those people. They get some of them get a little too fucking delusional, and they fall in their own world, and they actually believe it. Where you have your other buddies like, "Hey, this shit ain't real, man. All right, I mean, come on, like
See,
chill out."
This sounds. I mean, I know it's a Jason Reitman film, but everything y'all describing sounds like Alexander Payne.
Well, a
It's-
key
yeah.
factor here, though, is that the audience understands right from the get-go that Patrick, what's his name?
Patrick Wilson.
Patrick Wilson character really is not interested in her in that way. I mean, he doesn't throw her any signals at all,
Yeah.
and yet every time she's talking about him, to
Patton Oswalt.
Patton Oswalt, she's going, "No, it's there. The magic is there, and it's clear. It's supposed to be clear to the audience that she is just fucking crazy as shit, and that there's no way he's gonna fuck her. You know, that this is all just some we're building towards a tragedy, and that much is immediately apparent.
Yeah.
But the question is, how much do you give a shit? Because fuck her.
Yeah, you know, it really does take a lot to, like, I mean, this chick in this movie, man, she's a piece of work. I mean, this chick here, the only reason why those two get along so well is because he was able to tell her how shitty she is, and he thinks that she's gonna fight back, but she's like, "Wow, you telling me things I probably need to hear my own way of accepting it." You know,
Yeah, I mean, Patton Oswalt is like her Jiminy Cricket. I mean, really. I mean,
A little nerdy, crippled Jiminy
Cricket. I know. It's just always trying to hop on that shoulder and shit don't look right. But yeah, but
make a bitch out of yourself.
yeah, but I mean, the thing is, yeah, I mean, that is the one thing that you can't help but think is like, yeah, this is all going to come to a head, and it's not going to be good. But just thinking about that, you're wondering, okay, maybe at that point there's going to be something that's going to make this character somewhat redeemable. But once again, not really. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's the biggest problem with it for me.
I was gonna say, because y'all had me going like, damn, I can't wait to go see this.
No, you know,
It's
yeah.
going to be a movie about like someone who finally is getting ready to move on to the next stage, like to become a grown-up finally
Sure.
on some level, or at least the first stage is that. But ultimately, that's not really what is happening here at all.
Yeah, because it seems like Jason Reitman is so good about having that kind of.
Well,
arc
this
in
is
his
a
film.
script by Diablo Cody, to
Yeah,
bear
so
some mention.
okay.
and honestly, at points I thought that aspect of it was kind of painfully. I was painfully aware that it was a script by Diablo Cody.
Well, it's Diablo Cody not writing for a character who's a teenager, but for an adult character that acts like a
adult who
teenager.
acts like a
yeah, and
teenager.
it's kind of the same thing